everyone, welcome back to Kat's Book Corner, where we talk about all things book and bookish. Now, today is going to be my top 10 book female main characters or book girlfriends. And, well, I have a lot, but we're only going to be going over 10. And I did rearrange them recently, so they are a little bit different. And I think the first one changed, but I think my top 2 are what they were last year. I think those 2 are still the same. So, I think so. I don't really remember what I said last time. But I did a video kind of like this last year where it included boyfriends and girlfriends. So, if you want to see that, check out that one from last year. But let's get into it, starting at number 10. Which is Aloysia Callaghan from Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen. Now, there will be some spoilers because I want to talk about the second book, and I can't do that without spoiling the first. But she's an awesome pirate. She's a pirate, and I love pirates. They're so fun. They're so interesting because the way that their moral code is just... Because they have one. They do. It's different. And, her just being ahead of everyone, way smarter than everyone, knowing everything, basically. Always having a backup plan until she doesn't. But just, always having something in her back pocket that she can rely on. And in the first book, relying on her father, even though that's not a good choice because of who he actually is. And we find out, the truth in the second one. And her learning to rely on Ridden, I think it was his name, her boyfriend. Learning to rely on him, and learning to trust him with parts of herself she didn't trust anyone with, her siren side. And, her being captured and, him just being there for her. And, them working through, their issues in a kind of healthy way, which was good. And him literally being her anchor. And, her accepting that that's her anchor. And the way she is with her crew, they are her family. She loves her crew. They are, the people that ground her. And I love that most of her crew is all, females because it's just so fun. And, she's quick-witted, she's smart, she knows so much. And she's been through so much trauma from being kidnapped, from who her father is and what he did to her, which was awful. He's the worst person ever. And finally meeting, her mother and, that side of the family. And choosing what she chooses in the end to be, the pirate queen is just, that's really, really good. And I love it. It's so good. And, everything about her is, it's good. She's a very interesting main character because she's not, a lot of main characters in the books I read, she's not, I don't know what the word is, but she's not I don't know how to explain it, but she's different than a lot of other characters I've read because she didn't learn all of her skills in this short amount of time. She's honed them over her entire life. She's honed these skills because she grew up as a pirate and with the abuse of her father. She knows how to handle these situations. She knows all of that. And she's still able to have the kindness and passion that she has, even though her father tried to beat it out of her, basically. But she still has those innate traits, which isn't from her father and isn't from her mother because she's a siren and there were a lot of wishy-washy stuff with the sirens. So it's she still holds these innate qualities to her that are genuinely just her because she's a good person even if she can be ruthless. And when it comes to her family, nothing else matters. And not her father and her mother, her chosen family, her crew and Ridden and all of those people should do anything for them. And I just love that. Okay, moving on to number 9 is Evie Sage from Assistant to the Villain. She's literally like in the woods and she runs into the villain and he offers her a job and she takes it, and it's so like, there's so much comedy in that book and I really, really love it. Like, and like her being able to work through her trauma basically, from the way her mother's magic manifested and the way that her father basically sold her out to the king, which, awful. And her like falling in love with the villain, and like in the way it happens too, it like, of course, obviously, like how most main characters are in books like this, they see the guy and they're like, oh my god, he's hot. Like, it's literally, I think her first thought process after it being like, oh my god, it's the villain, she's like, oh my god, he's hot. And then like she actually gets to know him, and like she gets to know why he does the things he does, and that he actually cares about the people who are around him and working for him. And like she grows to care about the person and not just the looks, which is just, it's good. And she is loyal to a fault. Like, when there was a chance that she could have found a cure for her dad, she took it, like, almost immediately. She's loyal to a fault, and it ends up being her downfall because she trusts her father, and she shouldn't because he's an asshole. Like, ugh. And like, she learned to trust the villain, and when he was getting all possessive over her, when he got conked in the head, she was like, well, he doesn't mean it, but like, I kind of wish he would. That sort of thing. And like, right after he gets kidnapped in the end, she's like, I'm taking charge, I'm getting him back, which is why I can't wait to read the second book, because I think it's called not Assistant, because Assistant to the Villain is this book. So Apprentice, I think, is the next one. So, but it's good. And like, she's like gonna turn into the type of character I love, where they will burn down the world for their significant other, which is it's a lot of the ways that I like the characters. Like, they start off like innocent with like a little bit of like weird morals, and then slowly but surely, because of how they've learned to care about the person they're with or their family or like someone that's close to them, they break, and they will literally do anything to protect them. And I love that type of character because they're so fun. Like, especially like writing the breaking point, because those are where you get to see the true behind the scenes of all of the character. And she is close to her breaking point, I think. I think we're close, which means it might happen in the next one, or it might be continually drawn out and in the third one. So I can't wait for that, because those are always so fun to read, and I really like them. But she's just such a good character, and I love her so much. Like, she's funny and sweet when she has no reason to be, because literally this guy is the villain of the kingdom. Like, she knows this, and it's just, she's like, but he has a point in what he's doing. Like, he's not evil for evil's sake. Okay, next is Delilah, or Lila Bard, from A Darker Shade of Magic. Now, I love Delilah. I have some thoughts on her character. I'm going to share them. I don't think I'm right, but if I am, I will be so happy. But Delilah is from Grey London, which is one of the 4 Londons in A Darker Shade of Magic. It's the one that has no magic. There's no magic in this London. And in this world, there are types of people, which is Kel, who's the main character, and Holland, who's from a different London. He's from White London. He is from White London. And they can move between the worlds. And they both have different color eyes. Which is why I think if Grey London had magic, Lila would be the person who could shift between the worlds. I have a couple of things to back me up. one, she has a fake eye, which could explain, like, maybe she just doesn't have the one eye that would contain the magic. That's number one. Number two, she was able to shift with Kel, which shouldn't be possible because Kel can't take people with him, but he could take Lila. So somehow she can shift between worlds without it being a problem. Like, even without the power boost they got from Black London, they were still able to shift with each other, which shouldn't be possible, but it was. Those are the two things I have right now. But I'm sure there were others in the book that I caught. I just can't remember right now. But I think if Grey London had magic, she would be one of those people. I just have a feeling. And we'll see when I finish the series eventually. But yeah, I really like her. Like, the way she has so many, like, big aspirations. Like, she wants to be a pirate. Like, I love pirates, and she, like, kind of fits the bill of wanting to be a pirate. Like, she has all of the skills that would be necessary to be a pirate. She's a thief, and no one expects her, because no one expects someone like her to be the one in charge. Yet she is. And it's so good. And, like, her, like, literally kidnapping Kel the second time they meet, and just tying him up to be like, yeah, why are you here? And her not wanting to accept charity from, like, a bunch of the people who want to give her stuff. And she's like, I don't do that. Like, she has very, very strong aversions to wanting those types of things. Which, it's fine. It's just, it's different. And then there's the whole fight stuff that she has, where she, like, learns how to fight, learns how to, like, watch her own back, and be able to learn how to trust someone enough to watch her own back, because she grew up learning to watch her own back by herself. But then she, like, learns to trust Kel for him to watch her back too. So she has someone also watching her. Like, she trusts him enough for that, and that's, like, a big point of growth for her, where she can, like, willingly lean on someone. And it's good to watch that grow. And also her saying I don't like what she said to Kel about his family, and be like, hey, you should be grateful for this, because I get where Kel's coming from and not liking it, but still, she's brutally honest. Like, Kel needed to hear that, even if it's not the words I would have chosen, but because she is an orphan, so she has sort of, like, an experience with it. But yeah, I liked that part. Okay, moving on to number 7. Feyre from A Court of Mist and... not A Court of Mist and Fury, I haven't read that one yet, but A Court of Thorns and Roses. She's awesome. She's, like, lethal with her bow, and is just killing that wolf, sets the whole thing in motion. It's crazy is what it is. And then when she gets kidnapped, she's like, cool. Like, she's almost too chill with her being kidnapped by Tamlin and the rest of the Fae. Like, she's kind of chill with it, as long as, like, her family survives. Which, I like her sisters. I actually really do, because I like Nesta from what we've gotten, and I get a lot of people say that she's a bitch, which, to be fair, I get to some extent, because she's the oldest sibling, which I'm an oldest sibling, and she's willingly letting her youngest sister go out and be the one who supports them. Like, I get that. I do. But I also get that she probably has a lot of trauma on her own that maybe she couldn't, like, work through enough to help Feyre, so I get that. But going back to Feyre, because that's who we're talking about right now. But she's brave and a little bit stupid, which is really fun. And I get that she's stupid because she can't read. Because the stupidest part of the entire book, in my opinion, is her reaching for that lever, that number 2 lever. Be like, me and Tamlin, 2 people. That's how it works. Because she can't read. And it's just, if Rhys didn't pull on that bond, because she can't read. And Rhys is going to have to teach her in the next book, which I'm excited about. But it was the stupidest decision she made. But she's fine. And I like the way that she forms a friendship very quickly with Lucien, which was good. And her, like, begrudgingly trusting Rhys because she's like, I'm dying if I don't make this deal with you. And he's like, yeah, you are. Like, I'm not saying Rhys is a good person. He's a good character. And I really like him. But, like, he kind of coerced her into that deal. And I do get that. But, like, he seems like he's obviously the better choice than Tamlin. But okay. I can live with, like, a couple more chapters with Tamlin. Even though I don't want to. Because I've seen the spoilers. I know she gets with Rhys. I know so much that happens in the series. But I still want to read it because I want to actually read it. And not just, like, know. So, I know some things. But yeah, she's a badass. Like, she's able to, like, survive that giant worm with, like, minimal injuries. I mean, she still gets injured, but, like, it's minimal this time. And, like, her standing up to Amaranthia is just because she loves Tamlin. Like, she's willing to stand up for who she loves. And her becoming Fae at the end, that's great. I like that. Totally earned. She's a good painter. That's nice. Like, she's loving when she needs to be. She's fierce when she needs to be. Like, she knows what to present in normal situations, which is it's nice. Okay, moving on to number 6. Now, this might be a bit surprising because I've only read one book of this character, and there are, like, plenty of them, and you don't really get that much information about them, but it's Tori Vega from the Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, which is the first book. I really, really like Tori. I really, really do. Like, she's different. Yeah, sure, she's different. But her and her twin sister are, like, pushed into the world of magic and stuff. Like, they're pushed into Solaria. And Tori's only goal is, like, we're getting these powers and we're getting our inheritance because they were poor for their entire lives. But, like, now they're like, we have a chance to get money. And she's like, I'm taking it because I am sick and tired of living like we deserve less than everyone else just because we don't have anything. Which, yes, go. And her being, like, strong to all of the people who are at the moment way more powerful than her and her sister. And, like, standing up to them, like, being a strong, like, character. Even when she literally has no reason to be. Like, literally almost everyone in this place can kill her very easily. And I think Darius is going to be the one who ends up with her, from what I've seen. And I'd be okay with that, because they both seem like they would be able to match each other. Even though I have to find out a way to forgive the boys for what they did. Because they did truly, truly awful things. Like almost drowning Tori and doing what they did to Darcy. Which is just, it's not good. I don't like it. I like how strong she is. Like, her willingness to protect herself and her sister is just, it's so, so strong. And I really, really liked that in her. I can't wait to see, like, where she goes in the rest of the series. I think there's, like, 9 books where I get to see how much growth this character does, and we get to figure out what type of magical creature she is, which I have no idea yet. I assume it's going to be something really rare. Like, I don't think she's just going to be, like a siren or a vampire or a werewolf. I think she's going to be something, like, rare, which I'm excited for. And considering they can, like, interact with all of the elements, which is rare in and of itself, which is good. And I want to see how the found family grows, because I'm sure it will, considering we got introduced to so many characters. And they get a lot of the characters that we met get POVs in the next one. So I'm excited for that. But like, she's such like a strong character. I've said that multiple times, but like, it's really, really true. Like, she's the total opposite of Darcy, which I like, that both characters are the opposites of each other, because a lot of people expect twins to be similar, but they're not. They're complete opposites. They're like, Darcy is strong in her own way, but she's quiet, more introverted, and you'd think I'd like that one better, because that one is more like me, because I'm quiet and introverted. But like, I love Tori. Her willingness to do anything to protect her sister is just, it's so good, and I really like it. Okay, next is number 5, which is Sloane Sutherland from Butcher and Blackbird. Sloane is just, I don't know, what's the word for Sloane? Crazy is the word? But she's also not crazy, because she is totally and methodically, she knows what she's doing. She's a serial killer who kills other serial killers, and she meets Rowan while she's locked in a cage by accident, because she got trapped in there as she was killing someone. And he lets her out, and like, they start this whole like deal and conversations with each other, and like, Rowan gets the first kill. Obviously, is that his name? Is his name Rowan? Because I feel like I'm going crazy. Yeah, his name is Rowan. I don't know why I thought it was something different, but he gets the first kill, obviously, and she sees him like lose control and such. So she's like, well, if I leave, we'll never have to see each other again. But I think he might need me, considering he lost control. And like, that's a big thing with her, like her having control, because she's so scared she's gonna start devolving and like get like not being able to do what she does. And it's just like, that scares her. It's why she talks to her friend Lark about it. And like, even when Rowan is like making fun of her for her loss of control, even though it's like playfully doing it, like when she's plucking out the eyeballs of the second person in their contest, he's like, did you gouge them? And she's like, no, I didn't. And she like looks down, because she is like behind the scenes worried that she might have, because she might be losing control. And then she sees that she didn't, and like, she's like, that's not funny. And it's sweet. I really, really like that. And then there is her the breakup that happens, which normally I don't like a third act breakup unless there's a reason for it. There was a reason for it in this book. Rowan breaks up with her because he's being threatened by the guy that they basically kidnapped from their second mission, and he's working at the restaurant with Rowan, and he threatens him to break up with Sloane so that he can kill Rowan himself. And then Sloane's like, you know what, F him, I can do what I need to do, I don't need him. And then she realizes, he wouldn't just break up with me, so something must be up. Like, she puts it together really quickly. Like, she goes through like the whole spiral being like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? And then she's like, you know what, F him, I don't need him, I'm just gonna go home with my friend and we're gonna be fine. But then like, she puts like 2 and 2 together, and she's like, he wouldn't just break up with me like this. He would do something else if he was actually gonna break up with me. So I'm gonna go to the restaurant and I'm gonna see what happens. And she goes there and she saves his life, because he's about to be like killed. And when she walks in, and she's like, it's so funny. She's like, yeah, I'm here. Like, her fighting and saving his life is just, it's so good. And like, her accepting the proposal, which I thought was really adorable, even though it's really gross because he put the ring in the eye socket. But like, she loves it because that's her thing. She plucks out the eyes, and it's just, it's good. And I really, really, really like it. Like, and it works so well. Their dynamic of one being in control and one not in control, it works really well. I like it. Okay, moving on to number 4, which is Ilana Myers from The Mind F. What can I say about Ilana Myers? She's awesome. I support women's rights, but I also support the women's wrongs that she commits in this book, because they are completely valid. Everyone she killed deserved what she did, and then some. And it's just, so good. Like, her plotting her revenge, systematically destroying these men for what they took from her and her brother, is just, it's a work of art, which is what she would say also. And, like, her friend, I forget his name, but her friend who helps her, who's, like, her best friend, who will do anything to help her, is just, he's so supportive of her. Like, even when she thinks she's also devolving, he's the one who, like, kind of pulls her back. And then when she meets Logan, like, she thought it was just gonna be, like, a random guy, but then she actually met him, and, like, they actually hit it off. And, like, he started to, like, bring back parts of her that she thought were dead. Like, bringing back so much of the things she thought she lost the night that the men did those awful, heinous things to her and her brother. I'm not going to say what they were because I can barely think about them. And that is the point where I had to close the book, which I've said before. Like, that doesn't happen to me. But it did it in this. So, there's that. And, like, her finding out that Logan is on her case, it doesn't put her off him like it normally would if you're the serial killer and you're dating the FBI agent who's on your case. But no, she's like, but I love him. Like, I'm actually in love with him. I don't think anything's going to change that now. And even when she thinks that he broke up with her because he thinks she's crazy, which I get his point. As I said in the video before, I get where he was coming from, why he thought she was crazy. And then when they finally talk it out, she's like, oh, you thought I was crazy. I thought you were just breaking up with me. Like, she calms down. And, like, her faking her death because she knew that Logan would want to come with her. But she wanted it to be Logan's choice because she knew Logan would be able to find her. She left pieces for him to follow. But she faked her death because she wanted to see what Logan would do. And what he did was amazing. And, like, him just being there to support her, to help her through her urges is just, it's so, so good. And finding out who was mainly responsible for what happened with Lana's family and what her decision was to let how that guy suffered is, that one was good. I liked that. It's just, it's really, really good. And, like, her just being just a badass and being awesome and just being able to handle whatever life throws at her, even if it's awful. And being able, she's a survivor. She's able to survive so many awful things. And she'll come out stronger. And she will take down those people who broke her. She will take them down. And it will hurt. And she's not going to apologize about it because all of them deserved it. Even the people who weren't on her list originally. They all deserved it. Okay, moving on to number 3, which is Ingen Gaffa from Six of Crows. Oh, I love her. I love the Wraith. She is amazing. She is crazy but sane at the same time because she went through really awful things. Like, she lived with her family and then she got kidnapped by slave traders and sold into the menagerie, which was like a bunch of sex workers. She was sold into there and she was like forcibly tattooed. And then she approaches Kaz because she knows who he is and she knows that he can help her. Like, she approaches him and she surprises him because she's quiet. And no one can surprise Kaz. But she did. And she joins the dregs. And he doesn't get her a tattoo because enough people have marked her body. And she's, and her just like continually following him because she loves him. But she also knows in her head it will never work. Because I don't remember if she specifically told the reason for his intimacy issues, but she knows he has them. Even though she says, I will have you without your armor, not at all. Because she wants him. She really, really does. But she can't be with him if he won't let himself be with her. Like, she's okay that he's a monster, that he's the bastard, but, like, she wants him to at least be himself with her, and he hasn't worked through enough of his trauma to be able to do that. So I know they're doomed, but I just don't want to think about it, is what I want to do. Because they're just amazing together, and even though I know it'll never work. But she's loyal to her crew, to Nina, Matthias, Wayland, and Jasper, and Kaz. Like, she's loyal to all of them. Like, and when she finds out that, in like the first chapter, that one of the people is betraying them, she's like, I want to kill him because he betrayed us, like our cause. She's the only person that Kaz trusts enough to have his gloves removed on in the beginning. Only person he trusts enough for that. She's one of the only people who knows that he's not hiding like claws under those gloves. And then there's the scene where they're in the back of the cart and Kaz is skin-to-skin contact with people and he passes out and Injin is the only one who notices. And it's just like her learning how to use the skills her family taught her, like the trapeze and the acrobatics that she learned from them, and learning how to use it in a way that could help her crew, like being the Wraith, being the one who can kill with the blade in her hand before you can even see it, the one who can sneak up on the bastard of the barrel, even though she can't anymore because he learned her tricks, which is just, it's cute that he learned how to be able to spot her anywhere. And just, it's so good. And her using his gloves to climb the shaft, that one was really good. And her just being like worried about her crew is just, it shows that she still has her humanity intact, like still believes in her saints, even after everything that she's went through. Like she still believes that there is goodness in all people, Kaz included, even though life has shown her that that's not necessarily true. It's just, I really, really love that. Okay, moving on to number 2, which is Mary Jane Watson Parker from Spider-Man: The Darkest Hours ambience. Now, normally I wouldn't include Mary Jane because I don't like how she is in the Tobey Maguire movies. I don't like how she is in those. And MJ is a different character in the ones with Tom Holland, so it's not necessarily Mary Jane. And then there's all the comics and stuff, and all the other like cartoon TV shows. She's different in almost all of them. But in this book, she is different in a way that I actually really, really liked. Like, because normally Mary Jane isn't fully supportive of Spider-Man, but in this one this happens right before or right after they break up. No, it happens right after they break up and come back together after like a bit. So like their relationship is like really strong at this point. And like she fully supports like what he's doing as Spider-Man, and she knows that he needs to. Like she knows that this isn't something that he can just walk away from now. Like this is his life now. Like she fully accepts that part. And she even ends up saving his life a couple of times. Like her driving her car into one of the Ancients is amazing because she's learning how to drive. And also Peter being supportive of her acting career, even though like they don't have the money to actually support it. And then her actually getting like a good gig in the second part of the book. And like her doing her own little investigation and like bringing it back to Peter. Like she's got like all of the investigative skills and she's able like to use them to find out Like, who's supplying this drug, who has this drug, like, that's the point. And even in the last part of the book where the spider sense is going crazy and Peter doesn't know who to trust anymore, and he, like, lashes out at Aunt May and Mary Jane, which normally I wouldn't like, but, like, the way it was written was good, and I really liked the way it was written. Mary Jane doesn't lash out back. She knows this can happen sometimes. The spider sense can go wonky, and she's just like, after he, like, leaves because he's scared he can't trust her because she could be a clone again, she could be so many other things again. Their relationship is crazy. She goes to Aunt May and she's like, I'm going to find my husband because that's what he needs me to do, because him running around like a chicken with his head cut off isn't going to help anyone, and if we're able to solve this together, we can solve anything together. Like, she's so supportive of him. Like, she understands that he'll have bad days, like the day with the spider sense, or he'll have also bad days where he wants to run. Like with the agents, he wanted to take Felicia, who offered him tickets, take Felicia, Aunt May, and Mary Jane, and just run, because he thought there was no way that he could beat the agents. But Mary Jane is the one who convinced him to stay, because she knew that he would regret it if he left. She knew that he can't be Spider-Man if he left. Not because Spider-Man can, like, just show up somewhere and people will point back to Peter. She knows that he would never forgive himself for leaving and the ancients causing chaos in New York. Like, she just knows him, and it's just, she's really, really supportive of literally everything he does. And it's just, so good. Okay, moving on to number 1, which shouldn't surprise anyone, like, at all, considering what my number 1 is of the boys is Violet Sorrengail, or maybe we should say Violet Riderson, considering she got married. I mean, they could hyphenate, but I don't know. I like Sorrengail, but Riderson's good too. But, like, she's smart. Like, she's able, like, to figure out what they need at literally any given time because of what she was trained for. She wasn't trained for the Riders Quadrant. She was trained to be a scribe, and she's good at that. She's good at that type of stuff. Like, she is so good at, like, the scribe stuff. And she had to learn to push herself to be a rider. And, like, she had to push through, like, her inherent weakness in, like, her muscles and her bones and her joints. She had to push through that, which I can admire because I've got weak ankles that sometimes just collapse. And, like, she had to push through that, like, after everything. But she still uses her smarts to her advantage. Like, even, like, the riders who are, like, brute strength is best, which they all come to realize that ain't true. But, like, she still uses her smarts to her advantage, like poisoning her opponents before she goes against them. And, of course, say to me, like, you can't always do that. But, like, her poisoning them first so she can be able to survive at least to get to the next point. Or her having a dagger on her body when she, like, is climbing the gauntlet in order to be able to reach the top, because she wouldn't be able to anyway because she's smaller and she's short. So she didn't do that. And her just defending Andarna and ending up bonding Taryn because of it. Like, that is just, like, her strength of character to defend the weak Feathertail, and it drawing in Taryn is just, it's so good, and it's just, I love it so much. That one is really good. And then, even at the end, when she realizes, oh my gosh, my brother is alive, and Xaden's been lying to me forever, like, when she's fighting the Venom for the first time, after she figured out that Xaden lied to her, she was like, I'm not going to leave. If Xaden told me before, even though I know why he can't because of Dane and because of all these other things, I can't keep a secret until she, like, learned how to shield her mind. She was like, I'm staying because these people didn't ask for them to be hunted by Venom, and the government is wrong for trying to hide this. Like, that is who she is to her core. It is who her dad taught her to be. And it's just, I love that. And her, like, even, like, when she's searching for a cure for Xaden, she doesn't leave him. Like, pretty much any rational person would do, considering what the Venom are in this world. she doesn't leave him because she knows it would make him turn faster, and also she loves him, obviously. But her tirelessly searching for a cure for him because she loves him and she can't bear a minute without him. It's just, it's so sweet. And her just supporting him when he needs it. Like when he finds out that his mother is a bitch. And like what he does, and like just learning to like, she supports him in the ways he also supports her. Like in their strengths and weaknesses, they are stronger together, and they both know that. And it's just, it's so good, and I love them so much. They are my favorites. They're so good. But Violet is just, I think I like Violet more than Xaden, but like it's hard because I think it'll switch like any day, because I love Xaden and I love Violet. I don't know if I could choose between them, but I think Violet right now might be getting the edge on Xaden, though. I don't know, they're both really good. But if you like this, because I love talking about all these characters. So if you have anything else you'd like me to talk about, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.